Another example of building a song is just taking a sound effect, arpeggiating sound. I'm going to MIDI the Triton into the O1W. I'm going to let the Karma again use the drums, and I'm going to again use the QS62. Here's an example of using an arpeggiator to building a song, and then working around the arpeggiator as the core or the center nucleus of the song. The actual song is operating around this becoming the root. With this being MIDI into the O1W, now I can bring in a string, and this being MIDI still continues to play. When I change my notes for the strings down to another key, the arpeggiating notes also follow. Now here's another application with keyboards that's actually pretty cool. Okay, first of all, as you see, I've got a guitar added into the equation. I'm going to speak about sequencing. Sequencing basically means this. If the keyboard is designed for that, such as the O1W, the Triton, and the Karma, they're designed, building in from the factory, a 16-track sequencer, which means that I can take programs or combinations, sounds from these keyboards, take it into the sequencing section of the keyboard. Again, as I mentioned earlier, they are computers, so you can do this if it's designed to do, and I can record the whole song. Once it's recorded, it either can be saved on a floppy or the card, the little card that many of you have in your digital cameras at home. The application and the purpose for that doesn't necessarily mean that you're cheating. In times when you don't have a full band or a full orchestra, sometimes it's applicable to use a sequencer for the background songs as well. Many groups out there do use them, and if they don't, they've got more than one keyboardist. And some people, some of the artists, such as talented keyboardist Yanni, who has multiple keyboards, also has other keyboardists backing him up. Sequencing is necessary in some applications. Let me give you a little for instance. I've got a combination sound. It's basically a piano and a string combination. When I get to that part of the song, I may want to bring something else in. playing something, if I add something else, it's gonna follow the same pattern. It'll go, and maybe I don't want it to go ba-da-da. I want it to do something else. Therefore, I'll need to go into like this sound here, and instead of doing what the piano is doing, it may just back up saying, just giving that smooth background string to follow along, but not actually following it note by note. Okay. So in essence, what happens is you're able to layer instruments in the sequencer and to come in at particular times and doing something a little different from what the root instrument is doing. It's nice to be able to do this when you need another instrument which is not digital, such as the guitar, to play along with it. So let's say we did this song, which is an actual completed song, by the way. Let's say we went to the sequencer mode, and now it's going to play what I had already previously recorded, played and recorded, saved on the card, and reloaded back into the keyboard for it to play. Okay? So now it's going to play all the instruments that's been already pre-recorded, but by the artist itself. In this case, the artist is myself, but in other situations, maybe other artists. The sequencer is now playing the song that they put in. Now they're going to add other instruments as well to it. Here's an example of that. Because you can't do one particular pattern with your hand and another particular pattern with the same hand, it's necessary to do that. Again, when it comes into a part where, let's say, the guitar faded away, but the guitar comes in later on, I'm just going to scroll up to the measure when this is necessary to let you hear solo would fit in. The purpose for showing you that was to let you understand that when you're limited in band members, limited in other individuals performing this, even if someone was playing the piano, someone else would have to do the strings, someone else would have to do the little voices in the background of the ahs and the oohs, the air box, as somebody else did the guitar. In this case, the sequencer aids in getting the song across, so while someone is singing the song, the individual putting the music in the background can easily do that because the tool is there for it to happen. This is the nice thing about the sequencing, and it's still applicable when you're layering instruments, even if you're using other keyboardists or saxophone or whatever. So basically, that gives a little example of the sequencing and why sequencing is necessary. Again, it's not designed to be a cheating factor. It's designed to aid in the ability to bring in a fuller sound when your hands cannot actually do that because the patterns that they're playing are different. Anyway, we want to give thanks to all the engineers and designers at the companies of Yamaha, Korg, and Alesis and Roland for their designs and enabling musicians like myself and to creating music. And videographer Carla, we appreciate her part in the video, and Mark Rowe for the editing and the administration of web design and so on and so forth, as you will see this on the internet. And again, we thank you for your time for watching the video.